Alright, this is Soviet Republic Workers and Resources. Just thought I'd do a little bit of a quick sort of overview of what I've been playing around with in the last couple of days. I've had some issues with some crashes in the original oil fields game, and I've traced that back to, it appears to be the track laying vehicles. I had 3 of them or 4 of them running out of the same construction office or construction building for track laying, and my game kept crashing. Anyway, I had a bit of an idea and thought I'll delete 3 of them, so I've only got the 1 running there, and since then the game's been stable again. I'm trying to get everything happening on the harder levels, or a harder setting. So yeah, just playing my way through and seeing how we get. So on this particular map, I've started in an area where there's a lot of oil. I'll just pause that. So I've built my main setup down here. Started off building the oil pumps. The oil pumps feed into a couple of storage tanks. Storage tanks feed into the refinery here. And then from the refinery at the moment, I'm using a loading station. I'm trucking the supplies out to the Soviet side, so I'm collecting rubles for that. The only costs I'm running into at this point in time is power and food, and occasionally a little bit of steel, etc. Because I still haven't set up a steel line. So I'll just fast forward this a bit so we can get some daylight. It does look a bit better in the daylight. The game's been quite stable for me so far. And I'm really enjoying it. Just the complexity in the simulation for the economy, etc. I find really interesting. So this is my quarry area. So I've got a quarry down over here. Quarry's feeding over to a aggregate or processing area, which then goes in a storage yard, goes into a truck loading bay, and then also feeds into the train track laying construction building, which at the moment is just slowly working its way through. And once this track's actually built, I'll be shipping out the fuel and oil over to the US side, so to speak, or the NATO side, and collecting dollars. But I think that'll be another couple of years before this gets built. It's taken a little while to map things through. A few pointers, I suppose, game pointers that I've only just come across in the last few hours of playing. One is that when I'm building everything now, I turn off the auto builds completely. That enables you to actually plan out what you're wanting to put down. So for example, if I go to put a road down, you can see that it stays this different highlighting, and nothing will happen with that until I click down over here, and I can either purchase it outright with rubles or dollars if that's what I decide I want to do, or I can hit start construction of the planned infrastructure. And by hitting that button, my construction office over here would add that to its list of work to be doing. At the moment, that's paving this section of road. So if I just play that again, you can see the road pavers got the truck in front of it with the asphalt in it, and they're feeding that out and spreading that out on the road. Once that job's finished, some more asphalt, some gravel will turn up, and then a roller runs over the top of it. It's not quite the right sequence, but it'll do. I've had to build a little bypass track around that section of roadworks so that the other vehicles can continue doing what they do and making money. And we're going through on that. So just here I've got my just a open storage area. So I've set up a timber mill up or sawmill up there, feeding, or timber mill, sorry, up that way, feeding into the sawmill. And then the planks are coming across in here, and then I'm also periodically buying prefab panels, bricks and steel. At this point in time, bricks is one of the few items that you need for construction that doesn't appear to be a building to manufacture them. We've got buildings for making, I've got a cement plant coming in that's way too expensive for me at the moment, and as time drags on, the buildings and everything will become more and more expensive with time as inflation does its thing. So over here I've got a truck unloading, aggregate unloading into an aggregate storage, and that's going to feed my concrete plant and my cement plant. At this stage I'll just be buying the coal that I'll need for the cement plant to be operational. The next stage will be to get coal happening, and then get iron and steel happening, so that I can stop importing the steel, especially for building this rail line. So that's where I'm at the moment with this particular playthrough. Occasionally this happens, the trucks get stuck because they'll be waiting for something, and in this case we're waiting on fuel. Okay, we've actually finally caught up on our fuel. Plenty of bitumen, but we've caught up on our fuel, so yeah, just occasionally that's going to happen to me. And I'll have to just either move the truck on to the next station or wait until that's done. One of the things I've noticed a lot of the YouTubers doing is they don't seem to understand the power side of things. They keep trying to, I suppose, play the same as most other game where you just click everything together. This game, if you want to take power off, you've always got to build a switch so that you can then feed power off in one direction. So what I tend to do is run main trunk lines, switch off to where I need. In this case I've just got a quick step down just so I've got power for this little area here, rather than running a medium line all the way up, because that's quite expensive. It's much cheaper to just filter off on your main, on the high voltage lines, then run medium power lines everywhere. So again, coming in through here, another power line running through there into a little switch that feeds into a substation which powers around this area, and then out to another substation over here which is basically providing power for this setup at this point in time. So anyway, that's where we're at the moment, and I'll keep this going for a good while, see what happens.